On today's adventure, we're off the east coast of Australia exploring the Whitsunday Islands, some of the most beautiful and secluded islands in the world.
Many people day trip to the islands in luxury, arriving on seaplanes or beautiful yachts complete with bottles of champagne. But that's not really our style.
So naturally, we decided to arrive during a storm.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Lose our dinner to the birds.
Are you kidding me?
And camp in a mosquito-infested tent.
It was awesome.
Good morning from another not so beautiful day in Australia. And if you're new here, we've been traveling across Australia through multiple road trips. This is our second one.
We are at Shute Harbour, which is in the Whitsunday region, because we are going camping.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. The weather was not supposed to be rainy. It was supposed to be sunny and clear skies, but here we are about to take off and the ocean looks bad. There's a lot of wind. I don't know what's gonna happen.
We've already had our kayak rental canceled on us, so that's how bad the wind is supposed to be today. We've already loaded all of our gear up onto our boat. We are riding with Scamper, which is the only tour operator that can get you to the camping locations in the Whitsunday Islands. We have only one night on one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and we're hoping that this ride isn't going to be too tough. So hopefully we'll see you there.
This is not ideal if you're going to an island in paradise.
Yes, it is.
No.
What's about to follow turned out to be the worst boat ride we had ever been on. While we were struggling with the rough ride, the Australians that were on the boat with us were standing up and kind of hanging on effortlessly, and it genuinely shocked us. I figured that I should at least try to stand my ground to feel what it's like to truly be an Australian. Yes, that's a baby that was smiling and happy the whole ride. It just proves that all Australians are truly built different. Several hours and a few island drop-offs later, we made it to Whitehaven Beach.
I've never been so happy to be off a boat in my life. Oh my god. That's so freaking huge! Ew! Welcome to our campsite.
But the game plan is we found an awesome site up in the woods with a little bit of privacy. We're gonna set up our tent and eat some food because somebody's hungry.
What?
While we had space from the day trippers, being in the woods meant an insane amount of mosquitoes.
We couldn't find adventure meals at these stores here, but I think we've got a pretty good alternative backcountry cuisine. So we're gonna try it out and see. Obviously we're hungry from the boat ride, so making some lunch. All right, let's see how this compares to American adventure meals. Good flavor, very watery.
User error.
User error.
Very watery is user error.
Nope, not me. So one of the really cool things about Whitehaven Beach is that the sand is actually made of silica. And that's like super rare around here. There's not even a silica deposit. So they don't really know like where the sand comes from or like how it's created. But you know, that's what makes it even more special.
On this end by the campgrounds, there are a ton of day trippers here. So they don't actually spread out on the beach too far from where the campground is. So what we're gonna do is we're going to walk the length of the beach and try to get to a place that's a little more secluded.
Finally away from the crowds of day trippers, we started to see the true beauty of Whitehaven Beach. Ahead of us is over 3 miles of pristine white sand before we reached our destination. It didn't take long for this beautiful beach to transform into one of the most eerie places that we had ever been.
All right, guys, we're about an hour in and done 2.5 miles, and we're close to the end of the beach here. And, oh, sorry, Ellie's here. And if you can't see it behind me, then you're not opening your eyes. There's a massive storm kind of chasing us right now, and we didn't really notice it.
I felt a little bit of rain, and then I turned around, and Blake's like, oh my God.
And if we were to hike back right now, we would hit the storm full on. So we're really not sure what to do. Oh my goodness.
We're barely outrunning it. A little bit. We're walking fast.
We're running from the one behind us to the one in front of us. So the bad news is we just watched the sun go behind the cloud. It is so ominous and just like very creepy. So creepy. I don't like it here. I don't like it. But the good news is that behind us, we can see that there is an end to the storm. I am very happy. We have not been rained on, and blue skies are coming our way. I don't really know exactly where we're going because there's no cell phone service out here and the GPS signal is not so great. And what I've been doing is I'm overlaying my Google Maps location over where the All Trails trail is. And I haven't been very successful in finding where the trail starts. So I'm hoping that I'll figure that one out right now.
I'm at the White Sands National Park again. That's cool.
So cutting through the brush didn't exactly work out. I bravely aborted that mission. And now we're gonna take the easy long route.
Yay.
Ellie's really hungry.
Don't you think it feels like baking powder? Where are we going?
We were giving up on hope finding the trail until I put my drone up and realized we had made it.
This is truthfully the most beautiful beach I've ever been to. I'm really shocked. Like, Australia has had some of the best beaches I've ever seen, but this beach, just how white, how clear the water is, how blue the water is, it's really blowing me away. And I just feel so lucky to be here as the tourists go away in the boats and we get to stay here for sunset and sunrise on this amazing beach. It's literally one of the most beautiful in the world. I just ran back to our bag because I saw there was some birds, big ass birds, on our bag, and dinner for tonight is stolen. At least my dinner. Are you kidding me? And we're on an island, so we don't have that much food. And this was literally I was looking forward to this so much. I'm so sad. This bird. He's evil. He's evil right there. Oh my God. And you guys know how much I love food, so I'm really sad.
This sunset is absolutely beautiful and the perfect way to end what started out as a pretty chaotic day.
Yeah.
We were fighting storms pretty much all day long, whether it was on the boat or whether it was back over there. And we've been rewarded with this stunning view with just us here.
It wouldn't be worth it if it was easy to get here, you know?
That's right. The birds are literally in the bush behind us, and when we walked away to take some drone shots, they came right back and tried to eat it again. They are relentless here. We still have 3.5 miles to walk back to our campsite, which we will then cook a nice hot meal that's not tuna because our tuna is gone.
Hopefully we can make it there before it gets really dark, but the wind is against us, so I'm a little scared and I'm getting really cold.
With empty stomachs, we began the long journey back to our campsite and got to fully enjoy the Whitehaven sunset. At this point, we had spent half a month in Australia, and its sunsets continued to be unlike any others we had ever seen. They all had this like magical red glow that would last for almost 2 hours after sunset, and in this setting, it was like a dream, until finally it was dark and we reached campsite.
It has been raining all morning. We were hoping we would see sunrise, and that's not going to happen. All we've been seeing is mosquitoes trying to get into the tent and a lot of rain on the outside of the tent.
And if that wasn't enough, Ellie noticed a familiar looking crow squawking for food.
He's telling his friends he found us. It's literally the same way. Here. I got him. I'm good at getting these guys. They're not very smart. Finely flavored oatmeal. In Australia, it's called porridge, first of all, and then their flavors aren't even flavored. Like, they don't taste, good, but we all know that it's because America is fat. End of statement. Yum. And our spoon forks are pretty cool, aren't they? We went out to the beach to have some breakfast, and wait, I think it's starting to rain. No, we're just trying to enjoy the beach, but it keeps raining. But anyway, my favorite part about camping at a beach or a beautiful spot is that you wake up and there's nobody there. Like yesterday, there was so many people, and here you can just enjoy it all by yourself last night and this morning. So that's the beautiful thing about camping.
And something interesting about this sand, let me pick it up. We did talk about how it's a silica sand. This silica sand is 98% silica and was actually used in the Hubble telescope lens. They obviously couldn't have any imperfections in their lens, so they had to use the purest, whitest sand they could find. So now there's some of this stuck in a lens thousands of miles away from our taking pictures of our galaxies. Amazing.
We have exactly an hour and a half before the boat might pick us up, which means all of our camping stuff has to be on the beach, ready for them to come at any minute.
You can actually rent camping gear from Scamper. They make it really easy for people to come out onto these islands and camp even if you've never camped before.
Definitely, if we were to come again, we would do a longer trip here. You can hop around different spots of the Whitsundays, but unfortunately we had one night and we knew we had to do it at Whitehaven.
It's time for lunch, and we are rating our last not adventure meal because this is not an adventure meal.
I rate it a 7.
I'm gonna try it. Well, that's solid. Definitely 7. But we have not found a meal that's better than the adventure meal, beef stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff adventure meals, if you haven't tried it, please do.
It's a seaplane. Looks like we've got some company.
That's pretty cool. I would do that next time.
Behind Ellie is our tent cover trying to dry because of all the rain, and our boots, or at least my boots were left out last night.
I don't know. We can't escape the rain. It's fine. You make what you get. That doesn't make sense.
Nope, didn't make sense at all. All right, so it's almost 12:30 and we have all of our gear right here, and I can see in the distance, actually it's getting very close now, is our ride off of this beautiful island. Guys, our ride is here. It's right behind us. This one.
The worst one.
The worst one. I'm not looking forward to this. So the ride home is not nearly as bad as the ride out of here, but we still are getting wet and we're still getting knocked around.
Honestly, the worst part of the whole trip is this little boat.
And just being back on the boat again so quickly after getting off of it really just makes you think again, we should stay longer on the beach. All right, we are back at Chute Harbor, and it is beautiful today. It is very different than what we experienced when we left yesterday.
We had such an amazing time seeing Whitehaven.
And we definitely would put this on our list to come back here again and spend more time traveling around the islands using Scamper as our tour guide.
If you like this video and want to see the rest of our Australian adventures, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on today's adventure. Bye.